Hello everyone, Rurikhan here coming at you with another first impressions video, and today we're going to be taking a look at Freedom Wars for the PlayStation Vita. This title was sent to me by PlayStation Portugal so that I could give it a look and tell you guys my opinions on it. So what is Freedom Wars all about, you guys might be wondering? Well, all you really need to know in terms of plot, because the plot is fairly complex, so I'm not going to be able to explain it all too well, but basically your character has committed a couple of crimes, or maybe just one crime in particular, and his sentence was 1 million years in prison. However, the society of the future in this game sees it fit that you should contribute to pay off your debt to society. So by taking on some specific missions that they give you, you can reduce the number of years that you have to serve until eventually you might even earn your freedom. As you rank up in the different rankings of the sinners, so to speak, you will get additional, I want to say perks, but it's not really perks. They actually call it entitlements in the game, which enable you to do more things. Like, for instance, at the very start of the game, you couldn't even lie down to rest. Yes, you had to actually earn the right to lie down. Otherwise, you would lie down and a little screen would pop up and say, you have had 10 years added to your sentence because you lied down. So yeah, that's pretty much how stuff works. On top of that, you also get to select your panopticon, that's what they call it, at the start of the game, which essentially it seems like they selected all of the capitals in the world, because I was able to select Lisbon as my panopticon, which for those of you who don't know, Lisbon is the capital of Portugal. Now, there are some people up north who will tell you, no, Porto is the capital of Portugal, but don't listen to those people. They're crazy. They're insane in the head. So, yeah. Anyways, I'm getting a little bit personal here. Let's get into some actual gameplay so that you guys can get a feel for the title. So, before we get into the gameplay, let me just tell you, the character that you guys see here, this is my character. You can completely customize your character, as well as this, you guys probably thought I was going to say this lady over here, but this is actually a robot. This is called an accessory, but you also get to customize her as well as the loadout that she takes into missions. She can be male or female, just like your character can be male or female. Completely customizable down to a T. Anyways, this game will play very much in line with stuff that we've seen before, let's say from Soul Sacrifice, Tukiden, Monster Hunter, that kind of style, in a way, but it brings its own gameplay mechanics into play, and you guys will see those in just a couple of seconds. So for starters, let me tell you guys a little bit about the loadout of my character, because that is important. In this game, you will be able to take up to 3 weapons into the battlefield, and you can select whichever weapon you want to give your character. So if you want to have, say, 2 melee weapons, that's perfectly fine. 3 melee weapons even. Right now I only have 2 weapons available to me. I believe that as you level on and gain more entitlements, eventually they will allow me to take more weapons to the battlefield. Yes, you have to earn everything, every step of the way. In case you guys are wondering for how long I've been playing, I've been playing long enough for me to completely discharge the battery of my Vita, so I would say probably over 6 hours into this, and I still feel that the game hasn't really opened up, which is the reason why I kept on playing before doing my first impressions video. But anyways, the weapons that I have available to me right now is you have all of these weapon classes, which go from assault weapons to portable artillery, auto cannons, which I actually don't have any, light melee, heavy melee, and polearms. So what we're going to be doing is on the first mission, I hope that I can show you guys at least 2 missions, and on the first mission I will be taking an assault rifle as well as a light melee weapon, and then on the other mission I will take 2 different weapons so that you guys can see all that stuff. So the assault rifle that we're taking is the Easy Katze 1, which is the simplest assault rifle you can think of. It's just full auto rifle. We could have also taken like a rocket launcher. There's also like this rocket launcher that does lock-ons that I haven't really tried out yet, which is the Nambu MK25. There's auto cannons, which I'm assuming are like miniguns, light melee weapons, and all the other stuff. We're going to take a light melee weapon, which is essentially a chain sword, which is pretty cool, if you ask me anyways. So let's go back. You can also customize the loadout of your accessory, which right now she is using something that is kind of like a sniper rifle, I think. I haven't really used this weapon, but it deals a reasonable amount of damage, and your accessory, at the moment at least, can only take 1 weapon into battle. Also, I want to give her set 2 of orders. These are orders that you can give your accessory to perform on the field of battle. But anyways, enough of that. You guys are probably bored already. I just wanted to give you a very basic notion of how the loadout system works so that you guys can understand that stuff. Now let's go into the contributions directory and select a couple of basic operations. This is the only stuff we have available to us yet. Right now, we are going to go for citizen reclamation because essentially your objective is going to be saving citizens, which are a much more valuable resource than you. So you're kind of expendable because you're a scumbag of society, whatever. And the only way that you can reduce the years that you have to serve in your debt to society, so to speak, is to save other people that are actually good people. So you have to go and save citizens. And why would you be saving citizens? Like I told you guys earlier on, you select your own like panopticon. So your panopticon is kind of like your nation, and there's rival nations, and rival nations are always competing for resources. And the most important resource in this future is people. So they're constantly stealing your engineers and stuff, and you have to get them back, essentially, is what's happening here. Yes, let's go ahead and undertake this mission. In case you guys are wondering about the face cam, why there's no face cam on this video is because I kind of decided that I'm probably not going to have face cam on Vita videos because the UI is a little bit too big and there's like no proper room for the face cam. Also for this particular video, it's going to be faster for me to do if I don't have to deal with face cam. So sorry for those of you that wanted that for this video, but it is not going to happen. Anyways, when you are ready for the mission, which is what's happened here, you can select a couple of comrades. Now, you also have access to inviting other people in multiplayer missions. However, I don't know anyone that has this game yet because the game hasn't really come out. And on top of that, I don't think the online is enabled just yet because I am recording this ahead of release. And I don't think they enabled online yet. At least I haven't been able to connect to the online to experience all of the features of the online. So if you guys take a look at these people here that you guys see, these are actually characters that you know as you play through the game. So we're going to take with us Matthias as well as Uwe, and we will take let's say Nina. There we go. And each of these characters is going to bring their own accessory, so in grand total you will see 8 characters on screen. So myself and my accessory, which you guys have seen previously, and everybody else and their own accessories as well. Now, if you notice, there's a couple of icons next to the level of these characters. That means what their type of, what's it called? The grappling, the binding? I forget the name of the thing, but the thorn. Yeah, the thorn. Their type of thorn is different. So, for instance, I have a thorn of binding, which is this kind of like grappling hook that you can throw. And my thorn is especially good at grabbing enemies and bringing them down, which is the first thorn that you get. Matthias has a healing thorn, so he's able to shoot that thing onto allies and heal them. Uwe has a shielding thorn, which I believe he's able to shield allies somehow. And Nina has a grappling thorn as well. So there's going to be 2 of us kind of more offensive, and one dedicated to offense and another one dedicated to healing. So let's get in here. We have 30 minutes to complete this mission. This is the map that that we're going to be fighting in. As you can see, it's a fairly small map. It's not too big, and it's a wide open area. And you will also notice that there's a couple of things in the map there. Those are ammo boxes. Why would you need ammo boxes? Because, like I said, you have ranged weapons as well as melee weapons. So you kind of need to pick up ammunition. All of the voice acting is in Japanese, and I haven't found any way to change that, so I don't think you actually can. So as you can see, there's people inside those robots, and that's the people that we gotta save. And now, as you move around, I already changed the controls, so I can't tell you guys the exact control schemes, but you guys can run around, you can pick up items. Like, these items are actually stuff that you will then be able to use to upgrade your weapons. I haven't fiddled around with the crafting system too much because I haven't really felt the need for it. The power of my character seems to be just in line for the content that I'm doing. Anyways, you can switch your weapons around. As you can see right now, we have the melee weapon, which is the chain sword that I told you guys about. You can see our enemies in the distance there. There is a lock-on system, which is fairly complex. You actually have to aim the reticule. Let's see if I can get a little bit closer. There. And also you'll notice that as I aim my reticule to the enemy and change the location that I have locked on, you will notice that it changes colors. That means that, for instance, this thing... Damn it. This thing is vulnerable to being severed from the enemy's corpse body, whatever. This thing is vulnerable to being grabbed and pushed because you can actually throw your thorn and push the enemy down. So like for instance, I can throw this and I'm now grabbed onto the enemy. Unfortunately, someone already brought him down. I might have brought a little bit too many people for this particular party. Anyways, let's go ahead and target this guy's leg, and we're going to select drag. And essentially what you're going to do is you're going to spam the circle button, and you're trying to make that dude trip. So there. Now he's tripped. He's going to be stunned for a little bit. In the meantime, we also got hit to hell by this other robot here. But anyways, you can do other things. Like you can also leap on top of him, and you can grab on him, then you can attack him. Of course, he's going to try and do actions. He's going to try and perform actions that take you off of him. He's going to struggle against you, so you got to be careful about that, because if he takes action against you and you are still holding on to him, he is going to deal a lot of damage. Oh, wow. Talking about dealing a lot of damage, as we just completely got ran over by the other robot. This game is pretty hectic, so it is pretty hard to actually do commentary to it while you're playing it at the same time. So let's go ahead and just try to grab this dude's leg. Throw him down again. Now, the more you perform this move, the more resilient the enemies become, so that you can't just spam the same strategy over and over. You'll notice this time it's taken me considerably longer. But anyways, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go straight after trying to grab the person that is in there. So I'm trying to hack away into that particular section, but I'm actually not on the right portion of the robot. You'll also see that you can walk on top of the robots if you manage to jump on top of them. Like, wow, my team is just wrecking this robot right here. And there's a bunch of more actions that you can perform with your thorn. You can also just like grab onto them and do like a jumping attack, which will just slice right through them. And at any point in time, if you want to just stick to ranged, you can switch to a rifle. You can zoom in, go into aim mode, and you can also shoot from the hip if needed be. However, the controls are a little bit wonky in that regard, because in order to shoot from the hip, you have to press square, which is your attack button. But I kind of know why they're doing that. Anyways, looks like we destroyed one of the creatures, so we still have the other one that we have to destroy. But you don't always have to destroy them. So like for instance, our objective is to save the person that is in there. So if I manage to leap there and grab on, you should be able to break this and then free the person. Let's actually charge up an attack. You can also charge up your attacks, the strong attacks. Depending on the melee weapon that you have, you might be able to charge up your weak attacks as well. But if you focus fire the area where the person is, you will be able to just get the person out of the robot, which is your objective, to save the civilian. So there we go. I think I might have... Did I break it? No, the guy got up before I broke it. It's a little bit still challenging. I haven't gotten used to the controls, and I've been playing it for a long time, so you can imagine it does take a while to get used to the mechanic of using a grappling hook. Come on. Stop moving so that I can actually... There we go. So that's what we were looking for. We were trying to save that civilian. We have to save 3 of them, and now we have to carry this civilian all the way to that escape pod over there. So let's go ahead and try to do that. But unfortunately, enemy reinforcements will show up, and they will try to get us. You'll also notice that there's a couple of more citizen icons on screen, which means that the enemy also now has additional citizens imprisoned. So let's keep moving through here. We have to take the citizen over here, and we've saved her. We have to save 2 more. That is the objective of this mission. So let's actually see if I can focus our people in doing stuff. When you're playing with CPUs, you can essentially tell them to do stuff. So right now I'm going to tell my accessory to focus on destroying robot parts, and she's unable to carry out order. I don't know exactly why, but let's switch to team orders and say protect citizens. And let's switch to the machine gun because I want to take out those targets at the distance. So this dude is a little bit different because he's got a shield on him, as you can see. So until we break off those shield things that he's got on his arms, we're not going to be able to deal damage from range. We can only do melee damage. These things, however, they're pretty weak sauce. You can just take them out willy-nilly. Now, if you notice on my ammo counter, it's going to say 5 out of 261. If you run over some of these things, it's going to give you additional ammo. So you will have to pick up ammo if you are focusing yourself on range damage. Looks like my team is basically already annihilating this I keep forgetting the names of these things. Anyways, we should be able to sever this. So right now what I've done is I was able to connect directly onto the place where the person is being held, and I'm trying to chainsaw it open. You can only do this if you're using a light melee weapon. Heavy melee weapons, you cannot do that. You can also focus on taking out their his arms there. Let's see if I can get a target lock on the arms. The thing is, the target lock is really hard to get used to. Come on, give me a lock in there. Particularly when you're recording, makes things a little bit harder. Come on. Jesus, give me a lock on that arm already. Oh, he is just not standing still. Please. That is not the lock we were looking for. Anyways, looks like he actually went down. Okay, this is the length that we were looking for. So, let's go in here, and we're going to start chainsawing his arm off, which is something that you should be able to do, and that is going to bust up his shield real good. Now, when you break off parts from your enemies, you're able to actually pick those parts up, and these will become resources that you can then use to upgrade your weapons. So obviously, you want to break as many parts as you can. Now, I don't have to tell you how much cooler this game would be if you were actually playing with other players, which you can. It is definitely possible to play multiplayer co-op, and playing with other players will give you a much better experience simply because you will be able to coordinate assaults. You'll be able to say, okay, you take the healing thorn, I will take the other thorn. Oh, looks like I wrecked him. I completely wrecked him there. Oh, good. Let's focus on severing that arm. Oh, looks like someone already did it. Good job. Good job, team. Let's pick all this stuff up. Let's see if we can rescue some of those people in there. Now, I'm curious, can I actually send my device to destroy parts? Okay, caution. Enemy abductor is intensifying its attacks. Okay, that means that he's enraged, which means he's going to deal more damage. You got to be careful about that. Now, what I want to do is I want to be able to pick up the people inside there. Oops, but it looks like someone took him down, so I wasn't able to. Which is fine, though. Looks like someone already got a person out. Damn it, come on, lock on there. And let's sever this. There. Now we should be able to get the person out of here. Thank you very much. However, you don't always have to take them yourself. So, let's say for instance you want to be focused on killing your enemy. You can just set the person down and you can tell your accessory carry citizens, and she should be coming around. There she is. Well, it looks like someone else from the team has already grabbed her, so Matthias' accessory is going to take her back to safety. In the meantime, let's just go for some range damage with our assault rifle. And again, assault rifle is just one of the most basic ranged weapons you can have. You can actually get yourself a rocket launcher, and you can do some pretty nifty stuff with the thorns thing, which is like, for instance, I can go ahead, plop this thing down, and then let's actually switch to melee because it allows me to lock on. Now I can charge it up. Oh, however, we already completed the mission. Yeah, our objective was simply to retrieve 3 people, and we completed our objective, so it just ends the mission. Anyways, let's go ahead and pick up some more of these consumables here. And there's another one that I saw. You always want to try and pick up as much stuff as you can at the end of a mission to make sure that you don't leave anything behind, because obviously you guys know that I like picking up all of the items. But this is your very basic gameplay experience in Freedom Wars. However, it expands upon this greatly. For instance, this was just a mission about saving some citizens. There will be missions that you will be able to do against other players in which you are competing for those citizens in a PvP scenario. So the players might have, what do you call them? Again, I keep forgetting that word starts by A. The abductors, yes. Other players might have abductors of their own. You might be have to taking out those abductors, and you might be having to kill other players while they're trying to grab civilians. Because the thing is, players of different panopticons, they're going to be fighting for resources for their panopticon. So I'm fighting for the panopticon of Lisbon. Someone else might be fighting for a different one, and we might be having a PvP match where I'm trying to save civilians for my panopticon, they're trying to save civilians for their panopticon, so to speak. Now, the thing about resources is that the stuff that you pick up in combat, you don't always get to keep everything. and I actually can keep everything, but that's because I bought an entitlement that allows me to get all of the stuff from the mission. Well, not really all the stuff, but everything that's rarity 3 or below. But for instance, if I had picked up an item of rarity 4, I would be forced to either donate that item to my Panopticon, or they would add years on top of my sentence. This kind of reminds me of Demolition Man, where anything that he did in that city, like you would say a curse word or something and be like, you're fine. This is kind of the same way, except instead of finding you money, they're just like, you're going to have this amount of years added to your sentence. Now, let me see if I can explain that to you guys a little bit better by going into the city. Yes, I know, but I'm not going to donate anything for the Panopticon. And as you can see, this is going to deduct years off my sentence. So what I did in this mission by saving 3 people, I have deducted 240 years off of my sentence. So I only have 993,013 years left to go. But anyways, I wanted to show you guys just a little bit of the city. I'm not going to go too much in depth with the city because this is where the story takes place. The story will send you on missions like that. This is your cell, by the way. I didn't tell you guys earlier, but this enables you to customize everything. So let's say, for instance, you wanted to change the way your character looks. You can request an image overhaul, and let's say I want to wear different clothes. I actually have some special items, I think. I have this formal wear thing, which I'm not sure that every player is going to have access to or not, but I'm not a big fan of it. Me in a suit is something that happens very, very rarely. You also have the prisoner issue clothing, which is kind of where you start as, which I'm not a big fan of that either, but the military gear is pretty cool. There's another type of military gear that I haven't unlocked yet, but I don't like it. It just seems to have way too many belts, in my opinion, so it's whatever. You can change the colors of the stuff that you have. So let's say you want to go for color palette. Speaking of which, I actually unlocked a new color palette, so I should be able to show you guys some pretty neat colors. So you can select this by components. So let's say you want to change the color of that jacket, and we have prisoner issue colors, but we should have a different palette now. Yeah, we have grayscale, and we also have natural tones, and I saw a really good red in there. Yep, we can now get this sexy red. But I'm not going to do that now because I could spend a bunch of time customizing. But just know that you can customize, and not only your clothes, you can completely change the way your character or your accessory looks. So I actually haven't unlocked the thing that allows me to change my accessory, but I can change myself. So you can even have a sex change if you want. You want to become a female? Sure thing, no problem. You want to become a male, body type? There's a bunch of stuff that you can change. I'm not going to change anything. Let's just say you can completely recustomize your character if you so desire. You can change your name. You can change your Panopticon, which it's kind of like switching teams, but this is a paid service. I'm not sure what that means. Probably you have to pay some entitlement points or something like that. You can also claim entitlements. Now, this is the stuff that I told you that you have to actually struggle to do anything. So, for instance, if you go to everyday entitlements, right to take part in ops operations, I had to pay to get this. Right to pace, which is I was able to take 5 or more steps within my cell. Yes, you get fined for taking more than 5 steps in your cell unless you have the right to pace. The right to roam. This is the right to actually leave your cell every now and then. The right to recline so that you can actually lie down in your bed and rest. The right to interact with other sinners. The right to talk to people of the opposite gender. You need to earn all of this stuff. So like for instance, I recently unlocked right to run 5 seconds. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to request an exit. You can request an exit permit. I can do it because I've already unlocked it, because at the start of the game, they don't even let you out of your cell. So after I exit my cell, I can now run more than 5 seconds. However, just let this load screen here pass. Come on. Oh, there's actually some story stuff here. Well, you guys can see a little bit of it. I don't think there's going to be any spoilers here. Code 3 essentially is the level that I'm at. You start at level 1, and I've worked my way up to Code 3, which means that I'm entitled to more liberties. The character that's over there is Matthias. You guys saw him in the quest. Is the girl okay? I've pulled some strings so that she'll stay that way. Okay, like I said, all the voice acting is in Japanese, and at the moment I haven't found anything that can change that. I don't think there's any English voice acting. Calling the favor from the boss, was able to wipe all traces of her from Utopedia. All the confusion and chaos caused by the retribution was the perfect cover for the little disappearing act. So that means she's free. Afraid not. I had to make sure she didn't attract any unwanted attention from the authorities, you see? So I docked her database and had her registered as a sinner. Sinners without records are 10 a penny after all. Ideally, I'd like to have given her citizen status, of course, but that would have been a whole lot tougher and a whole lot riskier. Can I see her? Sure, I'll get her for you right here. Okay, if he's gonna get the girl, then I'm gonna skip this scene for you guys because you're not supposed to see this yet. Okay, so sorry about the fact that I had to skip that little cutscene back there, but I didn't want it to show you guys too much of the story because you guys know I'm a little bit anal about spoilers and all that stuff. But one of the reasons why I wanted to come out here, for starters, you guys got to see a little bit of how the cinematics work in story mode. That is essentially how it works. You interact with characters, you get dialogues, you get some options, stuff that you can say and whatnot, and that is pretty much it. And then they just give you new missions that you can take on. So for instance, if we go to the contributions directory, there should be a new mission that they've given us now, which is Molten Liquidation. Destroy hostile all-purpose quadruped. Target armed with hand cannons. Engagement of other forces not mandatory. Wow, this is going to give us 850 years reduction. That is pretty good. But anyways, what I wanted to tell you guys is about the whole thing of entitlements. How you have to earn everything. So, like I told you guys, I recently got the entitlement that allows me to run for more than 5 seconds. But I still can't run more than 10 seconds. So if I do, look what happens. Just running around, and then all of a sudden, grievous excessive exercise, 30 years. There you go. I just had 30 years added to my sentence because I sprinted too fast, okay? Not sprinted too fast, sprinted for too long, okay? So that's how it works. They will literally charge you additional years on your sentence for everything you do. Now, 30 years I don't think is actually a major setback because at the rate that I'm kind of reducing my sentence, 30 years is not really a big deal. But it is still interesting to see how you have to essentially earn everything you do. And you can imagine how annoying it was for me to traverse the city, which if you take a look right now, I have access to level 3. But before I used to have access only to level 2, level 1, and the Warren. And I would have to walk to all these different places. So it was annoying as hell because I couldn't run, okay? And it definitely, they're trying to give you a sense that as you advance in the game, you're gaining additional freedoms. You're being entitled to do more things, which I kind of get. Speaking of which, I actually now have an entitlement that allows me to just go wherever I want. I can do quick travel, which is a godsend, let me tell you that, because walking around everywhere was just really, really annoying. And as a matter of fact, I'm probably not even going to bother unlocking the entitlement of running more than 10 seconds because I just don't have to. Also, as you explore the game, if you take your time exploring the city and whatnot, you will find resources spread throughout the city that you can then use to upgrade your gear. You also have this thing called facility management, which essentially I have a weapons facility, which is level 1, and I can have this thing manufacture weapons, upgrade weapons, and just perform a whole bunch of actions for me. So for instance, I could create this, which is a mini cannon or something, and then it's going to take a while to create it, and you can assign a citizen to help you in doing that. On top of that, you can also create a facility that will provide you with medical items, as well as a facility that provides you with ammunitions. And obviously, like I said, it takes time to produce stuff, so if you have 2 of them, you will produce stuff twice as fast. But like I said, so far I haven't really felt the need to go into this because the items that I have so far have been good enough. But I'm assuming that as you progress through the game, you will have to do this stuff quite often. Affiliates is it has to do with multiplayer, so I can't talk too much about it because I haven't experienced multiplayer yet. But anyways, let's go on another mission here. I guess we'll just fight another monster so that you guys can get an idea. The purpose of this mission is not to save citizens. It is just to destroy a quadruped, which I haven't actually fought any of these. So let's go ahead and undertake this mission. And we will take a couple of characters with us, just like last time. But I'm assuming it's going to be far more challenging this time around. Okay, so I had to skip a little bit there again because there was a little bit of chatter that I didn't want to conclude in this video. So let's select our comrades. We already have Matthias and Beatrice, and I will take... Looks like these are 2 healers, so I will take an additional damage dealer. I will take... But last time we took Nina, so let's take Hal this time. Okay, and we should be good to... Oops. We should be good to go. Let's launch, and let's fight us a quadruped. Liquidate all designated targets. Liquidate? Liquidate. Liquefy. That's what I think about when I mention liquidate. It looks like it's going to be in the desert again, which kind of sucks because I wanted to show you guys different environments. But there are different environments. There's urban environments where you're able to actually use your grappling hook or thorn, whatever the hell you want to call it, to navigate and like hang from the sides of buildings and stuff like that. You can totally do that, but it looks like for this video we're going to be sticking to desert. But I will be making more videos on Freedom Wars, so you guys can expect to see some of the urban environments later on. This is just for a first impressions for you guys to get an idea of what the game's all about. Anyways, we got a bunch of... Oh, and I forgot to change my weapons. I should have totally changed my weapons there. My bad. Generator marksman 2 acquired. Looks like we're getting a lot of stuff simply by walking around here. Okay, so we are way too crumpled up together. I don't like that at all. Let's change the way the team is working. I want you guys to scatter a little bit. And we have a bunch of enemies incoming still. Now let's have our accessory focus on destroying parts. Change to melee weapon, because melee is my jam. Not going to be able to drag from there, so let's actually drop that. I want to go ahead and try to chop off that arm. Damn it, I can't hit my target. Not at this range anyways. Need to move in a little bit closer. Come on, give me a lock on. Nope, nope. Okay, this is really not working out. Holy crap. Okay, we'll just drag him down. If we can, that is. Don't attack me, don't attack me. Ooh, wow, he killed me flat out. So when you die, your accessory can revive you. As a matter of fact, I'm not sure if I can... Help me! Okay, she let me die. Damn you. Anyways, you get a limited number of revives. You can see that on the upper left corner. We still have 4 revives, but you can be resurrected by your friends or by your accessory when they're not busy doing other stuff. Which, since I had given her an order, it is kind of my fault that she just pretty much bailed. Okay, this is really not working out here. Let's switch to melee again. Let's see if we can drag him down. I mean, the thing about dragging him down is that if he shoots at you, you're pretty much very, very vulnerable. Let's try it. Oh, damn it. Now, the thing is, it actually saves the damage that you dealt. As a matter of fact, someone else just continued damaging him in the same spot that I was targeting, so they were able to deal a lot of damage. So if you see that green stuff, that was essentially a healing thorn that someone had made to heal the party. Let's go ahead and get ourselves another lock here. Whoa! That was way too nasty. Okay, let's go ahead and charge ourselves up. And now let's see if we can actually go for a full charge thorn. Because the full charge thorn of binding will actually keep the enemies in place. And I can't do one right now if I just don't get interrupted here. It's just really hard to change the camera while you're charged up like this. Come on. I didn't make sure I hit it. Got him. So he's going to be stunned for a little while. And I'm just going to go ahead and charge my melee up. Go for full blast. We got him good. Everybody else is just shooting the crap out of him, and I'm going to go for some more melee hits. Come on. And it looks like he enraged, so we want to move the hell away. Now let's see if we can actually chop that arm off. It's a good thing that it actually targeted it. Chop it off, chop it off, chop it off. Nope. cut away. You have to also know when to cut away, because if I had let him land that attack that he was gonna do, he was gonna deal a lot of damage to me. Jump up. Ooh, and as you can see, that is the attack that I was talking about. Oh wow, I took a lot of damage. Now, I also have med kits on me, or I should have. Yeah, I have a couple of first aid kits. And you can use those to heal yourself, so you're not entirely dependent on your teammates to heal you, but I don't have a medical facility, so I don't have any way to actually produce first aid kits, but I should probably get on that soon enough. We've gotten another lock on an arm, and the sever should be like a little bit done at least. Oh no, I should have jumped away there. You can also lock on minor enemies, and you can just attack them like that, which makes it a lot easier for you to just grab enemies. There's actually a gauge for the thorn thing as well, so you can't just like thorn all the time. You have to manage it, and you can upgrade the thorn thing just like a weapon so that it becomes better. Oops, that is not what I meant to do! Run away! Oh, that's pretty sweet. Okay, let's see, we got another arm there. Let's see if we can carve that up. Nope, that was the wrong stuck thing. Come on. Wow, he is just rampaging through the whole scenario here. Whoa! And I'm dead. My axe accessory better save me this time around. Come on. Don't fail me now. What are you doing? She left. She left me to die. Oh, that's terrible. Revive your accessory. Oh, this means that someone is trying to steal my accessory. You can actually lose your accessories if you're not careful. So let's go ahead. I'm not exactly sure how that mechanic would work out. Whoa. Okay, so we were able to revive her. Now let's resume our operations on trying to kill this big dude. Come on. Okay, we got it. I mean, we got the lock on. Now I'm supposed to just get... I still need to land the thorn. He's gonna jump. No, you missed me this time. Jump in there, sever. Chop this arm of yours off. I have no idea what happened. I think someone knocked him down. Which is actually bad, because we were about to sever an arm if he hadn't interrupted us. Which is fine, we'll just hack him down. Just charge up melee swings. Come on, fully charged up. And move away now. Okay, let's see if we can actually grab another arm. Oh, someone already chopped off the weapon. Now, when someone chops something off, like I said, you're able to get materials from it, so you want to make sure that you pick that stuff up. And we should be able to... Can I target another arm? Yep, there it is. Missed it. Whoa! He landed on me again. Why, thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much. Can I please have some more of what that was? Oh, he seems pretty upset. Almost got me. There's an item here, by the way. I'll take that. Still picking up items right on top of the boss without any health, because why the hell not? I wonder if I can actually shoot that arm of his off. Now, unfortunately, I do have to say that something that annoys me a little bit is the fact that I cannot change the sensitivity of the aim mode, and it is really stiff. It is really hard to change when you're in aim mode. Okay, let's switch back to melee. No, that's not the arm I'm looking for. Whoa. Oh, we got a bunch of enemies in here. Okay, that dude is done. I need to break that arm. If I can actually target the damn thing, move away. There we go. I'm just gonna charge up in here. And then once he gets up... Oh wow. I guess we killed him. Is this the one that we had to kill? Yep, operation successful. So that's Freedom Wars. You kill a lot of big stuff so that you can reduce years of your sentence and then you advance the storyline essentially as you reduce years of your sentence and raise in code levels and earn new freedoms. That's kind of why it's called Freedom Wars. You're constantly earning new freedoms as you advance through the game. The freedom to lie down, the freedom to run more than 5 seconds. So that's kind of like how it works. Now, in terms of how I personally like it, I really enjoy it. I like the art style, the graphics look great. I really like the soundtrack. The soundtrack is really cool. I like the navigation, like the whole aspect of the grappling hook is pretty cool. As you can see, you can like grapple off of anything. And this is particularly more useful in urban environments. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to show you one this time, but I will do so in the future. I will give you more videos of Freedom Wars. I'm not going to do a full playthrough or anything like that because there's a lot of story and just a lot of stuff of you not playing and actually having the story exposed to you. So I just want to do fights and stuff because that's pretty cool in my opinion, and it is the game's strong point for sure. And as you can see, we've gotten 863 years revoked off of our sentence, which is why I said, 30 years, not really a big deal, but still, it's an interesting way of doing things. How you have to like gain your entitlements to anything. But anyways, that is going to be it for this video. As per usual, leave me your comments, feedback, all that kinds of good stuff in the comment section below. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.